who's in power? The Edomites. So they pushed their way of life on them again. Okay, now I'll read this again so you can get it. When you go to that New Testament. This 2nd Maccabees 6:6. It says, neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. So they couldn't call themselves Israelites, man. They couldn't call themselves Jews, man. So what were they calling themselves? Greeks, right? So now we finna go to the New Testament, right? You know, when you read Daniel the 7th chapter, it mentioned about the Babylonian Empire. It mentioned about the Persian Empire. It mentioned about the Greek Empire. It mentioned about the Roman Empire. But without that Apocrypha, you would not know what was going on and how Israel became Greeks. Okay? You would not know the history of what the Greeks was doing to Israel, the history of what the Babylonians was doing, the history of what the Assyrians was doing, the history of what the Persian and Medes was doing to Israel. But you have to go to the Apocrypha to find out what the Greeks was doing. And when you go to the New Testament, you find out what the Romans was doing to Israel. Because Israel was in captivity up under Rome, man. Okay? And it's also mentioned in the Maccabees how Rome was coming into power. Okay? So this is John. This is John, and then when you start reading the New Testament, you go to the word Gentile, you go to the word Greek. Those are Israelites who basically had lost their way and forsook the commandments of the Heavenly Father, man. They basically lost it, man. Okay? And that was the whole purpose of the Lord coming back, because Israel were just forsaken, man. And their leaders weren't teaching them right according to the scriptures. They were self-righteous, man. Okay? And they was always scheming on just to get money out of Israel and do whatever the Roman Empire was telling them to do. Okay? Same way they came against the Lord. When you read the history about Judas Iscariot, when Judas realized that he had done wrong, he didn't pray to the Heavenly Father. He just realized, look, the Lord, he betrayed the Lord, and the Lord was innocent. But when he went amongst the elders, the chief priests, and he threw that money back at him in the temple, they looked at him as like, shoot, what we got to do with, you know what I'm saying, you telling us he innocent. That's on you. So that let you know that they were wicked, man. They didn't even consider to tell him, look, you need to pray to the Heavenly Father for what you've done, you wrong. They didn't even care, man, because they hated YAHAWASHI, man. They hated YAHAWASHI. But Judas Iscariot was set up that scriptures, that the prophecy may be fulfilled, man. He was going to do that. But I'm using that as an example. When you read Matthew, matter of fact, I get it. That's showing you just going into the future. Matthew's let me see here. This Matthew's 27:3. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself. Even though he changed his mind, he felt sorrowful for what he had done, he still was condemned, because why? He didn't pray to the Heavenly Father for what he had done. He just realized, look, I'm wrong. Okay? and repented himself, and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and the elders, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood. And they said, what is that to us? So Israel was wicked, man. Even the chief priests and the elders was wicked, man. They didn't even believe in the Lord, man. And that was 2/3 of our people, man. They didn't even believe in the Lord, man. Here it is, Judas Iscariot is going to him and telling them what he had done, and they didn't even try to they didn't even try to counsel him or nothing. They just said, shit, what they got to do with us? I'll read it. It says, verse 4, this Matthew 27:4, saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood, and they said, what is that to us? See thou to that. And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself. You see? So they didn't even care, man. They didn't even care, but they're just showing you, during the time of the Greeks, you had wicked Israelites, and during the time of the Romans, you had wicked Israelites. And they had hella demons on them, man. That's why they didn't understand what was going on, man. Like I was telling that Edomite that was out here a couple of weeks, man. Satan know the scriptures, but he limited in his understanding, man. He understand the carnal side, okay? He understand the carnal side. He don't understand the spiritual side, man. And that just shows you right there that the chief priest was carnal, man. They ain't even understand the purpose of YAHAWASHI, man. For they looked at him as they was over him, and then they didn't want the benefits that they was getting taken from the Romans to take their benefits, man. So they're just showing you how wicked Israel is, man. And they knew they was Israelites. And there was the leaders. Going back, I get to Jeremiah 5 and read this. This Jeremiah 5 and 26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay in wait as he that set up a snare. They set traps, they catch men. And it was according to prophecy that they was going to catch Judas Iscariot. Right? And he realized what he had done, and he hung himself, man. They ain't even try to counsel. And then Judas didn't pray to the Heavenly Father to ask the Heavenly Father, look, forgive me for what I done, because it was set up that he was going to be, he was going to go into destruction, man. It was set up like that, right? Verse 27, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and wax rich. That's what they were doing, man. The chief priests and the elders back then was waxing rich, man, because they had their money, man. Okay? And why did he not take it back to the Roman Empire, to the Roman leaders? No, because the Israelite leaders wanted Judas to betray who the world eagerly called Jesus, man. That's why he didn't take it back to the Roman leaders. He took it to the Israelites, because they was wicked. The Israelite leaders, they wax fat, they shine, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of their fathers, yet they prosper in the right of the needy. Do they not judge? Because they don't care, man. Okay? Because they don't care. That was 2/3 of our people that did not care, man. And that was the leaders. Shall I not visit these things? Question, saith the Lord. Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? See, a wonderful and a horrible thing is committed in the land. So there you go, man. betrayed who the world even called Jesus, man. They had betrayed him. Okay? So during the time of the Maccabees, you had some of our people making covenant with them heathens, and during the time of the Roman Empire, you had our people making covenant with them heathens, man. They didn't believe in YAHAWASHI, man. So going back to John 7, I'm gonna go to John 7 and 35. It says, then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Question, will he go to the dispersed among the Gentiles to teach the Gentiles? So here it is, the dispersed among the Gentiles, right? And I'm gonna read this. Second Maccabees 1 and 27, right? To prove how we were dispersed, man. So this is why they saying that, because they knew Israelites were scattered amongst the nation. They knew that, man. Them Israelites knew that, man. The elders, the chief priests, they knew, but they had basically cast them off because they become Greeks. They became Greeks, man. They become like the other nations.
So I agree with you that
This Second Maccabees 1 and 27. Gather those together that are scattered from us. Deliver them that serve among the heathen. Look upon them that are despised and abhorred. Let's look up that word abhorred. I want to look up that word abhorred, because that word abhorred means hated. I'm at the freedictionary.com, right? And let me set these down, because I ain't got, you know.
Yeah, it was
I'll go back to it. The word abhorred, right? Let me scroll down here. To detest, let me see. To reject, go down here. To detest, to dislike, intensely feel empathy, or that's one. Let me go all the way down. Hateful in there. Okay. Y'all bear with me. So there you go right there. Those words are mentioned. Those words are mentioned for the word abhor. So you see the word hate is in there, right?